Hey gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and that is the future of the Nissan brand. That is the all-new Nissan Ariya EV. And in this video, I'm going to take you on a quick tour, maybe point out how it compares to the competition from Toyota in that BZ4X. Stay tuned. All right, gearheads, what we have here, like I said, is the future of the Nissan brand. This is their second electric vehicle. This is the Ariya, and this really does play in a very hotly contested compact crossover segment. And yes, it's all electric. While I've got the hood up, I do want to go ahead and show you, no, there is no front trunk on this one. We get all the electrical components. Nissan chose style over front trunk storage on this one, and I'm completely fine with that. I'm 100% okay. Being that this one is 100% electric, I do want to tell you some details about this one. So this is the Empower Plus front wheel drive version, and it gets up to 289 miles of range. It has a 238 horsepower AC synchronous motor, an 87 kilowatt hour battery, and a 7.2 kilowatt onboard charger. So if you're needing to charge it up at home, they do supply you with a cable that is back in the back. We'll get to that here in a little bit. But yeah, there's the general power specs of this compact electric crossover from Nissan. Closing the hood, we can take in the styling of this new Nissan. I really like, there's a lot about this that is very much appreciated in my eyes. From the LED headlights, the waterfall running lights on this one, the LED fog lights, and the attention to detail here on this grille. Most automakers, especially when it comes to EVs, just do a flat black or just a nondescript front end. But Nissan really went into the detail here on this grille. Really like that. It's a very nice look. Gives this one an overall very premium appearance. And look, there goes the Lexus competition to that in the RZ. But yes, the Empower Plus version here, this one stickers for just under 60,000. This one is a front wheel drive version. It is not the new all-wheel drive version that they've been showing off with other media, and that's okay. This will be more of their volume seller, I do believe. Here we get some really nice 235, 55, 19-inch Dunlop rubber. Very interesting choice. I have not seen these tires before on many other vehicles. It seems that the Michelin Primacy Tour has been the tire of choice for many EVs. But moving along to the side of this, you can see, again, this plays in a very hotly contested category. This is about the size of your RAV4s of the world, which is one of Toyota's best-selling vehicles, if not their best-selling crossover in the lineup. So this really is set to compete against that, but as an all-electric vehicle. Being that this is all electric, Nissan did take the opportunity to push the wheels to the corner and really emphasize the interior space on this one, which I really appreciate. Some other things I really appreciate is this chrome strip that goes across, dividing the body color from the black roof. And we not only have a metallic blue paint job on this one, but the roof is metallic black as well. Really like that. Up top, you get two shark fin antenna. That's a very interesting look, but from a symmetrical standpoint, I'm digging it. And then we get this rear spoiler that helps airflow back over the back of the vehicle here. You can see there are actually cutouts for the air to get around and back down here. In the back, we get a new updated style for the Nissan brand. We actually get Nissan spelled across the rear hatchback here. And opening it up, you would see, again, a lot of additional storage because of the EV architecture on which this is based. All the batteries are down low, really giving you an opportunity to use a lot of space. So not only do we have a nice load floor right here, but it is a false load floor with two removable panels. So see, I can remove that one, I can remove that one. That's where our charger currently resides, and get that back in place. So you've got a lot of storage options back here. I'm gonna go ahead and call it out while I'm back here. You do get 3 across child seat tethers. Interesting point. I've been seeing this in a lot of vehicles lately. I thought these had died out, but here we are with a hard parcel shelf on the back covering the cargo compartment from prying eyes in that back window. But that's enough on the outside. There's a lot of construction going on out here, so let's get to the very quiet inside and see what it's like in there, because that's really where you're gonna want to check this Nissan Ariya out. Before we get in, I did want to show you the key. It is your typical Nissan key. They've updated it a little over the years, but I really appreciate it. It's nice, small, compact, slides into your pocket or purse very easily, and has all the necessary buttons on it. So you have lock, unlock, your trunk release, and a panic button. It is a proximity key, so you can keep it in your pocket. You can see the doors are locked right now because the mirrors are folded in, but if you just tap your hand on the back of the door there, the door will open, and then to lock it, you can push those lines right there. I do like you get that on all 4 doors, so that is a very nice touch, especially for a vehicle that is going to be used as a family vehicle. We'll get more into that back seat here in just a moment, but let's pop into the front, turn this thing on, get out of all the noise, and see what the interior of this vehicle is all about. So, push button start. Very nice welcome animations here. So the first thing I'm going to call out are the convex and concave screens here. So very interesting look here to help reduce glare. So we've got dual screens set up front here, but this one is curved around me like this, whereas this one is curved out like this, just to help with visibility and glare when you're out on the road driving this thing around. It's the first implementation I've seen of this. Most just do a giant curved unit all in one big continuous line, but very interesting here to see dual curves and contrasting curves on the screens of these vehicles here. So let's start with the door and work our way around. So we get seating material up here on the upper part of the door. Very nice use of materials, soft touch everywhere. You get your door handle here, 2-person memory seat for the driver's seat. A lot of interesting accents here that are backlit. So that is the first note. Unfortunately, it's too bright out here to really show that off. All your window controls with express up and down for all 4 windows. I like that a lot. Window lockout here. And then starting right over here, just your first hint of something special, the wood dash up here. A few of your controls on this side of the steering wheel. A nice flat bottom steering wheel here, so leather wrapped, very sporty feeling, very nice, very upscale. You get a little bit of controls here to run through all of the screens there. I will show you a few of the different options right here. So you can have various different things displayed there in front of you. You can scroll through. We've got your home screen, which you can go to a super simplistic view. You can see here we're at 93% charge on the battery, 236 miles. You can get your driver assistance to display up there. You can show your energy usage, your tire pressure, your charge, and your battery capacity. So just a little bit of different information all the way through on this one that you can even get your map here, customize it to your liking, to your pleasure. And again, Nissan does give you a very simplified view right here. Interesting infotainment here. It is much like more Nissan products here. I won't go too much into this one because I really want to get into the overall presence of this one, because this really does feel like a lounge. There are a lot of really neat features here, including the wood up here that houses all of your buttons right here. So when the vehicle is off, you actually can't see this. It looks like a continuous piece. They are all haptic touch, so you just give them a little bit of a press. It does give you some feedback that you're actually pressing something. So not all of your buttons are hidden here. You do have a hazard button here and your track forward and back toggle here with your volume button right there. So that's interesting look one. We've got this nice metallic strip across the middle, another interesting look. And then we move down here to the center console. More of those buttons showing off just the ingenuity and the forward thinking of design here in the Ariya. You do get a couple cup holders with a roller shade cover. And then This right here is very interesting. This is a movable center console, and it is a power movable center console. So you will know we tested the Hyundai Ioniq 5. It had a movable center console, which we really liked, but it was manually moving and did not go back nearly this far. So if you're charging, you need just a little more legroom, you want to man spread or do whatever, you can do that right here. It also helps you get to the storage down here. So we have a USB-C, USB-A port down here, a little bit of storage right there, auxiliary power port right there, and just a little bit of extra storage. But then you can move that forward, get it in just the right position for you, because you do have a nice padded armrest. Underneath, you've got a little bit more storage, but not a lot. You've got your Qi wireless charger here, and maybe a spot for a travel pack of Kleenex back here, or some emergency napkins from the fast food restaurant you can store back there. So pretty nice. And the button right here does light up when you have that Qi wireless charger. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you with my iPhone 14 Pro Max. Fits in there very nicely, and there lets you know that it's on. Now it's out of sight, out of mind, but the little warning light or light does show you that it is actually charging. You've got a few interesting buttons down here. You might be wondering what this open and close is for. Let's push and hold that one. Again, for if you are charging your vehicle, you need just a little bit of extra storage space, or a flat surface, maybe a coffee table. You can set drinks right there if you're stationary, and more storage underneath there. So while you don't just have an abundance of storage here in the center console, you've got it hidden here in the dash. Again, making the most of the EV platform and the fact that you don't have a gas burning engine up there in front of you. Nice little Easter egg right here. We've got some flowers, a flower with the petals flying off there. Interesting look. And then we can close that again by pushing that button right there. Different drive modes, which you can see here: Sport, Standard, and Eco, and you can click through those right there. And then E-Step is kind of your one pedal driving, so you can turn that on and off. And you can see that is displayed over here on the side. But otherwise, a very interesting, unique lounge feel in here. The materials are on point. I absolutely love what Nissan has done with the style of this. This is actually a place you would want to spend some time, and with over 230 miles of all-electric range, you're going to be spending some time in this one. You've got zero-gravity seats with the suede inserts. I really like that. That's a nice touch there, and you can see they are heated. Heated but not ventilated, and you also have a heated steering wheel. You can turn that on to automatic, and it is rather cool and windy out today, but you can also turn those heated seats on to automatic as well. So I like that a lot. You can see the quick access to your controls there, and you can hit for the passenger over there. So very nice intuitive usage right there. But we're sitting behind myself right now at 510, or we're sitting here at 510. We're about to see sitting behind myself at 510. Before I get back there, I did want to call, you probably saw these lights flashing. It is for their ProPILOT Assist. There is a hands-off driving mode on mapped roads. We can't test that here in this one. And then we also have the rear view mirror that is also a camera. So you can see kind of a limited, restricted view out the back there, but you can flip that. No headrest, no vehicle in the way. You can see a clear shot back behind you and a nice panoramic roof. But now let's see what it's like sitting behind myself at 510. All right, so getting in the back seat, let's see how wide these rear doors open. So very wide opening. If you need to put a child seat in, makes it very easy to get that child seat in the back. And again, a nice use of materials back here, padded armrests, a little bit of padding right here, real stitching, like that a whole lot. Before I get into the seat, again, as a dad of a 5-year-old, I do want to show you some of the features back here. So you can make sure that a seatbelt stays in place right there. With child seat installation, you get lower latches that are covered by this seating material right here. You actually get one for the center seat. So if you want to put 3 car seats across back here, you're gonna be sharing with this one. So you really have to decide if you're putting it in the middle or in this seat right here. But you do get one for that middle seat right there, which is a nice touch. We do have a fold down center armrest with 2 cup holders. You can see it stays parallel with the seat bottom and not falling all the way down to the seat bottom. I like that a lot. It's a nice touch. And then you might have noticed we do have 60-40 split. With that load floor that we showed you in its highest position in the back, you do have a flat load floor back there in the back. And there goes that seat right there. But let's hop in again behind myself. At 5'10", one of the advantages of an EV platform are the completely flat floor in here. So no transmission tunnel in the middle, and very nice legroom back here in the back. Again, the option availability to put the wheels out to the corners and give more space to the occupants inside really comes into play back here in the back. So plenty of space back here, and very interesting texture. It's like a denim texture here on the back of the seats. We do get a map pocket on both of the front seats here. And then on the back of the moving center console, you do get power vents. So I talked about the Ioniq 5 having a movable center console. They did not have vents on the center console. They had them in the B-pillar, which here are very slim B-pillars in this vehicle. So very nice. Get your choice of USB-A or USB-C, and 3-mode heat for the outboard seats back here as well. So again, a very nice, very premium vehicle. And I get a nice view out of the very massive panoramic roof up front, which at 5'10" does not really cut into my headroom too much, but if you're 6 foot, yeah, you're gonna probably be hitting your head here. So I'm close, and that's something to take into consideration, but you can see my legs are down low. Otherwise, I'm very comfortable back here. It is a very comfortable riding vehicle. I've driven it a little, but you haven't seen that. So let's hook the cameras up and see how this thing drives. Putting it in drive with this drive mode selector and setting off, we'll say, again, I drove this before starting filming. The most surprising thing of this vehicle to me was how light the steering is. So the biggest, most obvious competitor to this vehicle is the Toyota BZ4X. Toyota, maybe more so Subaru, partnered together on that one to help with the production costs and all of that. And Toyota had really been lagging behind in the all-electric segment. Nissan had not. Nissan was actually leading the game with the Leaf, and now they're bringing their second major EV to the market in this Ariya. And this really does feel like a premium, nice, giant leap forward, especially when it comes to the lounge-like interior of this one. But it really gets it on par with all the other EVs on the market. This is more mainstream, more like everything else on the road. You've got your e-step or your one-pedal driving. You've got your skateboard platform. You've got your J1772 charger, and you've got 238 horsepower that will actually help set you off down the road. I really like not only how easy to read the screen is in front of me, but the head-up display. Very nice, very informative, and with your ProPILOT Assist, on mapped roads, you can actually do some hands-off driving, and these infrared lights will watch your eyeballs to make sure you're paying attention and doing everything you need to be doing, maintaining control of the vehicle. Again, this most surprising thing about this one is not its ride quality or anything like that. The thing that stood out to me is the steering is very light, but you put it in ProPILOT mode with your adaptive cruise, and it does a lot of that for you. Turn off ProPILOT and it's very light, like surprisingly light, to the point where it almost caught me off guard getting in the wheel. Getting behind the wheel. Having put some more miles on this one though, I am a little more used to it. No big issue there. Otherwise, it drives like an EV would. You get a little more road noise because you don't have an engine up in front of you making massive explosions over and over. So just something to note, maybe those Dunlop tires, instead of going with the Michelin Primacy Tours that everyone else seems to be going with, that could be a little bit of it. But otherwise, it is a calm, comfortable car. It rides very well, rides very smooth. It's very quick for a vehicle. It is an electric vehicle, so all that torque is available instantaneously. It's about what you would expect from a mainstream EV. I can see this filling the garage slots of many a household around the United States. And that's really one of the problems with electric vehicles, is you're not really buying them if you're in an apartment situation, because the at-home charging situation is still a little up in the air. you know from our video sponsor that we can actually help you with at-home charging. And yeah, let's cut to that sponsorship right now. This video is brought to you by Electron EV chargers. Electron supplied us with this 48 amp in-home charger. This V-Box can be installed indoors or outdoors, hardwired or plugged into a NEMA 1450 plug, and even comes with a J-hook and an adapter to store your J1772 plug when it's not currently in use. This thing has been an absolute dream for charging many of our press vehicles here on the channel, and we've absolutely loved it. You can help us out and help them out while helping yourself out by checking the link down in the description below and getting one for yourself. So there you have it. All the way around, it is a very good car. I like it a lot. It would be a very easy first electric vehicle to get into. It doesn't just scream over the top EV. It feels very familiar to all the other Nissan products, from the gear selector, from the UI that you had to interface with here on the screens. It feels very familiar. If you've been in a Nissan, you'll know how to get around this. There's some interesting things about it, like the hidden tray up here, stuff like that, that they were able to do because it's an EV. But otherwise, it's a good, competent EV. And when it comes to that BZ4X, I would say the styling in here absolutely wins me over. Instead of that Toyota with its interesting dual screen setup and having to have that steering wheel low, practically in your lap. If I had to choose between the two, I had to say I would pick this Ariya over the BZ4X. Again, noting the window sticker, the price on this one is $59,222. So whether or not it fits in your budget is something you'll have to look at. Again, huge thanks to Nissan for allowing me time in this one. I am at the Texas Auto Riders Texas Auto Roundup, so if you want to see more from this event, find us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all at GT Garage Talk. You can read more about this vehicle, stuff that didn't make it into this video, by going to gtgaragetalk.com. You can follow along, make sure the algorithms show you more of our content. Hit the buttons down below, like, subscribe, comment, follow, ring the bell, you know, all the things to make sure that you see our next video when it drops. But as for me, in the Nissan Ariya, until next time, gearheads, bye.